Oh, you're supposed to go. Sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, welcome to Atomic Mass Transmissions Live. I didn't do a song. Why didn't I do a song?
There's still time, my dear.
There you go, that's the song. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello, and welcome to Atomic Mass Transmissions Live. Today we're painting up Hunter from the Bad Batch for Star Wars Shatterpoint. Super excited because I've only painted Wrecker on stream, which means I still have like so many more Bad Batch to go. I'm getting through them slowly. You gotta put them on the schedule quicker, Ian, so I can get them all knocked out. Just one right after another. Boom, boom, boom.
You want Bad Batch all the time? Can't stop, won't stop?
Can't stop, won't stop the
Understood.
Bad Batch. We're gonna go season one to stay with the designs of the armor and the color scheme of the Wrecker that we've already started painting. So we're just gonna do it. Maybe we'll throw a little blue in there. Who knows? Let's kick it over there to the mini cam. Is everyone up to date with Bad Batch Season 3? It's getting truly nervously, tingling, exciting. I'm not caught up because I'm at work today. Tonight, I want to go home. I'm going to take a nap. It's going to be dope. And then I'm going to probably watch Bad Batch and eat some dinner. That's my plan. I hope everyone's having a good week. TK says, I'm having a great week. Thanks for asking. I hope everybody's having a great week. I mean, if you got to paint this week, I know you're having a great week. You know, a wise man once say, every day is a good day when you paint. And that's just true. Tornado warning and the sirens went off. Oof. I haven't heard a tornado warning in like 12 years. I kind of forgot tornadoes exist. I've just been waiting for volcano warnings. Yeah, this sculpt is super, super cool. I really like this sculpt for Hunter. You know, we always try to capture the character and the personality in our sculpts, and you know, Hunter being the leader and the dad of the Bad Batch, leaping into action just felt right, you know. So he's coming over that console. Blasters ablazing. He's got his little vibro knife ready to go. Any plans to paint that cool screen on the terrain? Oh, I mean, I'm going to paint that. Should I do it on stream? Trouble with the tiny feet on Barris Offie. What troubles are you having? It's always tricky if once you started gluing something, getting it to glue proper. So if you're having trouble, I would definitely take a hobby knife and scrape away the excess glue from the paint, and then use a little tiny touch the tiniest kiss of super glue to glue the feet to the base. Less is more when it comes to super glue. You don't need big globs. It actually gets in the way because it's it's a chemical bond or a physical bond, and if you put too much, it actually gets in the way of itself between the two materials. So you want to make sure you don't use a whole lot. Looking at tippy toes, our hunter's feet part of console. There's a right here. This little part right there is part of his foot. So that's a whole key that connects to the console and all that. And if you use plastic glue to build the miniatures, it doesn't really matter, because once you glue two pieces together with plastic glue, they become one. Two become one. Because plastic glue, unlike super glue, actually welds the parts together. It actually creates like a weld. And fuses the two bits, making them one. So that's super cool. Screen be painted on stream? Yes. If you have any tips you could share, glowing effects maybe. Nifty, thanks for pointing out. No problem. Yeah, I am actually. Chemically. Chemicals. You gotta use the chemicals. I love the art style of the Bad Batch. It's on the show. It's very painterly, and so I really want to bring that into my miniature paint jobs for them. And I've been watching a couple online painters do very similar kind of techniques. Somebody asked, was there challenges to the sculpt? I don't remember anything in particular. We got the pose. Preston worked on a bunch of the Bad Batch poses and presented them. And he had this leaping hunter. And if I remember correctly, he was like, I don't know if this works. Like, is it too much? And I was like, I think this works. I think we can do this. So, you figure out a couple like details, like what is the thing he's leaping off of, yada yada yada. You send it over to engineering. Engineering's like, yeah, we got this. Are you kidding? Easy peasy, lemon squeezies. And they make it work. Did he jump on the table to show the concept? He did not jump on the table. I should have made him. Just been like, I see what you're drawing, but I'm really not getting a full action here, Preston. Can you jump up on your desk and demonstrate what you're trying to portray?
Put some life into it.
Yeah, I need to see some energy, bud. Champ. AMG Summer, hi friends. Summer's here.
She's returned to the streaming mines, but in a new form.
Are you painting Hana from later seasons of Bad Batch or earlier? I'm doing all mine like season 1-ish. I do love the armor in season 3, and I love that unique. But it is a unique armor. There's actually some differences, so I'm not going to add all the teal and stuff. I'm one to wait, because you never know. Maybe we'll do that version of the batch. And if we do that, then, and I painted mine already, that color, then what am I doing? I'm going to get very confused. You know what I don't like? I don't like getting confused. I thought about painting a X-Wing ships. The last one I remember painting was Gauntlet with Maul paint scheme. We painted several. Was that the last one? I don't think so. Yeah, hum to the beat of the paintbrush. Super hype for Imperial Crosshair. Oh, Schick painted the Maul scheme gauntlet. Was that the? I thought we painted something else after that, but I might be wrong. Woo boo 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 boo. The Pickle Z95. Boy, oh boy. The Pickle Z95 is a piece of art. It resides in my office to this day, looking at me, judging me. Ever present and aware. Little painterly arts. What are the plans for the viral blade? Anything funky going to happen? I don't know. Give me some ideas. Give me some ideas for funky. You never know, if you lay down a funky beat, I might pick it up. Purple glow. I can get behind purple glow. Unless somebody's got a better idea. Get a little purple glow. Who's my favorite member of the batch? I mean, the only correct answer is Gonky. Tell me I'm wrong. I dare ya. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't. Any transparent yeller. See, it's gonky. I said it's gonky. I didn't lie. It's gonky. Gonky getting backpacked is literally brought me so much joy. And I actually did look at trying to figure out if I can do a conversion of Wrecker with Gonky strapped to his back. Oh, that's fluorescent yellow. Well, I guess that'll work. I don't competitively paint anymore. It's too much pressure. The amount of work it takes to competitively paint just exhausting. I need a purple glaze, purple glaze, purple glaze. I need a purple glaze to glaze a vibroblade. You know the bad part is there, Anne, is like sometimes I start singing and like I have no idea how the rhyme is going to happen. And, you know, sometimes you just get real lucky. And
sometimes a wild rhyme appears.
Yeah.
And other times you are in the thick of it with no life raft.
No life raft.
No rhyme life raft.
Just like,
to
well,
save you.
hopefully a word comes across my brain noodles to like tie that together because I'm just going.
We got lots of rhymes for blade, fade, made,
jade, paid, made,
glade,
sade.
See?
Is sade a word?
There you go.
I sayed what I sayed.
I sayed what I sayed. It's a slant rhyme, but it's funny, so it makes up the difference.
I listen to a lot of hip hop. I'd be surprised what you can rhyme with. We're just like, that's okay. Fair enough. It works. I'll allow it. Brain noodles. La squish, la squish. So I did transparent yellow on the monitor here. It looks kind of green. Why does it look green? Because I used the paint whose name I don't remember, and I put it back in the pot. White, blue, yellow and blue make green. And now I use a little bright yellow green. I want to reinforce. Now we're going to do some blending. Great at that, actually. Oops, dropped my brush. Actually, super appreciate the names of the monument paints. You know, a lot of paint lines have, you know, Muckaduck Brown. And you're like, what does that mean? And theirs is like fluorescent purple. And you're like, I get that. I know what that means. What's the process with the screen? Yeah, we want to start super bright, and then I'm going to darken the edges and let it be bright on the center. And then we'll mixing some of that transparent purple and the white blue together. So I'm not actually drawing lines immediately. I'm like moving my hand over the element, getting my muscle memory down before I commit to paint. What prep is done to these minis before I get them to paint on camera? Ooh, a lot of cleanup. I want to make sure that they're nice and presentable, Andrea, and then I prime them, and usually that's it. I gap fill them. I do all the normal work that I would do, not necessarily for a studio or a display level, but you know, sometimes I miss a mold line because honestly, like anything I'm painting on stream is typically, that means usually but not always, something that I'm going to put on the table. So it's tabletop. So it doesn't got to be perfect, obviously. So I do my best to clean them up, all the mold lines, clean up the gaps, and all that jazz, and get them primed and ready to go. And sometimes I prep them like weeks and weeks in advance, so there's like a big pile of them sitting in my office just waiting to go. Schick usually preps his Tuesday morning. Can we get a focused in view on the blade and console screen? It's a slightly off center focus again. Which way do I need to go, Ann?
Sure. Turn him to hit clockwise. Turn him clockwise. Keep going. This is for the blade.
Oh, the blade?
Yeah. The blade is just a difficult color. Maybe keep turning it left a little bit. Yeah, there it is in focus.
So I have a little bit of a black gray fade. It's not really there, but it's building up. And then we got the purple, and we're just going to keep working that. And then we're going to glaze this green over top. This is to give it that computer monitor look. But I need that yellow underneath there to bring a lot of vibrancy and life to it. Because I never know I'm painting. It's true. sometimes it's Tuesday morning and I'm like, hey, do you have that ready? He's like, ah. Do you want my copy? I need a dark magenta or a dark purple. Dark magenta. Ayo. Oh, royal purple. Well, I just got purple paint literally all over me. Jason Cray's watching. I'm telling him about getting paint all over my hands with his bottles. Make a glaze. A purple glaze. It's like a rain, but it's a glaze. I'm doing this the way more complex way than I probably need to be doing, but now let's go a little darker on that green. I like going into turquoises and emeralds when I get dark green. Oh, is this one not open? Oh, it is. Got that dark emerald, the Matt Segswish signature line. Matt's a good guy. So I'm going to focus this more around the edges. Maybe we'll do like a little blend. Just a little feather. Doesn't gotta be perfect. Doesn't gotta be perfect. Just gotta look cool enough for you. Not for me, but for you. It's your miniature. You gotta do what makes you happy. We'll go with a little light gray on that back side of the hand blade. I'm gonna angle this just so I can use the edge of my brush to hit that front edge of that blade. There we go. How do I plan on tackling the half skull helmet? Let's do it. A little purple glow on that. We're gonna darken this one more time. I think that's good enough. A few coordinates on that map. That line needs to be dark in the crevices. So, skull helm. Let me look at it. Good thing I got reference up. Okay. Goodbye, battery life. So, let's do a little. The big thing I like to do when I'm doing freehand is not paint. Just if I'm doing white, I don't want to just do pure white, right? I typically want to sketch it in with a color closer to the midtone and develop the idea. I'm typically pretty confident with skulls. So it's actually part of the shape of the sculpt is there. Just in the way that his helmet is sculpted, because the paint job actually follows the lines of the helmet sculpt. So this is actually pretty easy to copy. You're just bringing, there's a line there that is natural to the helmet that he's got the white painted on. You're just bringing that across. I think it goes all the way back. Let me tell you, mine does. I'll do what I want. And then there's this top rim, that's just white. So you paint that white and you just dip down right along the visor and then make a little triangle. Then come across the visor and then right at the nose, fill that in. And then I believe he's got the little TVs painted in. Oh, my finger's sweating. Yeah, he's got the little TVs painted in. we might need to clean up. And then the nose is actually, he's actually got a little bit of the skull nose. I don't know if it's actually worth painting it in there, because honestly I think it looks pretty much fine without it. There's also a section in his helmet that's red at his nose, so that's going to need to be painted red right there. But right up against that, you can put that little half triangle of a skull. I personally don't think it's worth it, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be real honest. I don't think it's worth it. I'm sure Brendan did, but you know. And when you get the sculpt, you'll see that there's little lines here for this. Little triangle of red right there. Where else is there red on the helmet? Oh, the whole top part of the mouth. It's a little smudgy. Well, it's all smudgy, but we can work with it. Red middle stripe on top. Yep, we'll do that too. It's always tricky during stream. You discussed posing a menu several times. However, does a particular game rule, character, mechanic even influence the sculpt greatly more than the design? E.g., character throws well, must have throwing pose. No, actually, usually the pose is done well before the rules. And that has to do with timelines. Like our timelines are just, it's super long. It takes a long time to make a hard plastic miniature. This is the nature of hard plastic miniatures. So, but we usually we get a brief and it explains like what the character does in game. And we will use that as like a launching pad, but there's nothing that dictates this character has a throw, they need to be throwing. It's more, let's capture the character in the rules and the sculpt, but they don't need to be doing exactly something that the rules indicate, right? Usually that just matches, right? You know, if you're doing Ahsoka's super nimble, super fast, and is a dual wielding Jedi, right? So like that's just naturally going to come across when you're trying to capture a character in a pose. I don't need rules of, you know, she can double move, right? Like, what does that mean, right? So, but usually the pose is way before rules. When wanting to get better as a painter, is there an advantage of painting mini minis compared to maybe one mini, but reworking the one until it looks? TK, great question. Love that question. I'm a firm believer in you don't screw up, you only learn. So you're not going to learn anything by reworking something, to me. Like, that has a very limited like payback and ability to give you what you want. Paint something, get it done, ask the questions, paint another thing, administrate the lessons learned on that one, paint another thing. I'm all about just doing a lot. I think you just learn so much more from just getting in there and painting. Painting a lot of things, painting multiple characters, developing questions and asking questions and getting feedback on why something worked and why something didn't. Reworking something, you're not going to, it's sometimes starting over and developing the process is way more important than just reworking and tweaking and fiddling, right? You're going to get to the answers much quicker by just doing the thing and asking the question and being like, that didn't work, why? Great, understood. I'm going to do the next thing. Love that question. I'm a big proponent of learning how to love failing, and I think that that's super important in painting miniatures. You learn by messing up. You learn by failing. And so by painting a lot of miniatures and getting a lot of feedback over every time you do the whole process, you're going to fail more. And by failing more, you're going to learn more. And by learning more, you're going to get better quicker. I have tons of miniatures in my collection that I would never show, right? That I'd just be like, no, I'm not showing this. Like, it's old. I don't strip miniatures. Oh, nothing heats me up quicker than somebody being like, oh, I painted this miniature and I'm going to strip it. Why? You learned something. You learned something. You spent time, you had fun. Like, you're not trying to win an award. Like, if you're trying to win an award, you're not trying to get good at painting, right? Let's focus on getting good before we worry about winning awards. If you want to win awards, like, that's great, but you gotta get good first. And getting good means screwing up a whole lot. Every person that's great at something will tell you they sucked at it for a long time. Except for maybe Tony Hawk. He'll be like,
I really thought you were going to say Konachek.
except for Tony Konachek. Tony Konachek just came out just knowing how to do it. Tony's just like, I do all. Tony Hawk, he's a pro skater. Dude went pro when he was like 14. Yeah, I actually, we were watching that documentary this weekend, and that's why he's fresh on my head. It was like, it's the same process, right? You do the trick and you mess it up, and you go, okay, well, why did it mess up? Why did I not land like that? Why? Yeah, you don't have to worry about breaking a bone in front of adventures, typically. But you have to ask, like, why did that not work? But you have to do the process again. If you're just reworking something, you're not doing the process. Start over, lay a new base coat down, right? Be like, why did this blend not work? Okay. I'm sure he has more red and white on him. A whole shoulder pad, one might say. I have messed up so many miniatures. And that's just part of the process, you know. But you go, why did that mess up? How do I do that different? How do I do that better? And then you lay that base coat down. I think I brought up a season 1 pick, but is that right? Wait, are these season 2 armors? Am I insane? Look, kids, sometimes you get on stream and you're like, I forgot what I worked on 2 years ago, 3 years ago. How did you base this one? Like what color? It was primed black and then given a overspray with an airbrush of then it was painted with Monument Coal Black and then a zenithal highlight of dark neutral gray. I keep having to bring up my reference. He's just got red on him all over the place. He's got little tings of red on his belt. And these are red. This is going to be tricky, coming at an angle. Got a little red on that, but that's okay. We'll clean that up later. All right, we got only only got a few more minutes. Much and more, right? Those are interchangeable. We only got a few minutes.
Language is like jazz, baby.
Yeah, we're just making it up.
Learn to play it.
Skiddly doot dat diddle bang.
Beedle boop bop bop.
Yeah.
Bad batch.
Bad batch, skiddle bad batch, skiddle bad batch, skiddle bad batch. There's not much color variation on them early seasons, so hint towards individual characteristic. They look sweet together. The Shatterpoint battlefield. Maybe Anne's fancy one she shoed recently. Oh, your paint job.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they definitely get way more. I love the season 3 look of them. I love that. I love that. Like Hunter's got like just a ton of teal on him.
The most recent seasons of Bad Batch were actually the inspiration for that, like believing you could have different colors on those terrain and have it look like Star Wars. So
Yeah. It's Star Wars has some color to it if
where
you
are
look.
they Pantora in those episodes?
Yeah.
Or, I can't remember. But yeah.
Likely because they let Omega color
Yeah.
their armor. Look, they're traveling all over the universe. Kid gets bored. Just let her paint your armor, right? That's true. No, it's not true. I had one child, and he would never color. He never colored on a wall or nothing. He'd be like, "Father, that would be uncouth." I'm like, bro, you're 8. Six kids I can see drawing on the walls. Because he'd be doing it with them. We're so close. We're almost done. We only got a few minutes. You better get your final questions in about posing and painting and coloring on walls and what's next week? Tech and Echo? I don't remember what next week is.
I also am not sure, but it's planned. We have a lot of things to touch upon.
It's on the schedule. I can tell you it's not Tech and Echo. Techo? It's true. I like a schedule because I like prepping. I like to get my miniatures ready. Mm-hmm. That's true. Priming your miniatures is a great feeling. I agree. Want to get something done fast? Give it to a busy person. Yeah, I always said I'm a lazy person, and I always try to find the quickest, easiest route to success. I think that's pretty much not quite done. He's got more to go, but it's mainly cleanup and refining. But now we got 2 members of the batch in the works.
Nice.
So much Bad Batch action. Still gotta do Omega, Tech Echo, and Crosshair. Who knows? Maybe I'll just do it all this week and then I'll just post a picture. Alrighty, thanks for joining us. Remember, every Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we hang out here on Twitch. It's called Atomic Mass Transmissions Live. It's live because there's no rules, and the points don't matter. We're literally making it up on the fly. I don't have a monitor. What are those called, Ann, where I look at the words I'm supposed to say? A teleprompter.
The teleprompter.
Teleprompter.
He will read everything on the teleprompter.
Or not. Who knows? And remember, for all the latest news, information, and announcements coming from Atomic Mass Games, you can check us out on Twitter and or Instagram. That's where we post the news. Oh, that joke's old. I did that already. So until next week, I did that. Don't forget, you got to check out the news.
See you next week, Sonny.
See you next week, champ.
Is that it?
That's it. Goodbye.
Do, 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 do.